Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to unbox and install the BougeRV diesel heater. I picked this up a couple weeks ago after Christmas. BougeRV was having a sale, so I hopped on it in hopes to make camping in colder weather a little more comfortable. I had been using the Mr. Heater Buddy and the Little Buddy, but they put off more of a wet heat and a lot of condensation buildup. Plus, they're not too safe to sleep with when they're running because of carbon monoxide. So hang tight, I'm gonna get this unboxed and then I'll show you my plan for installation and then we'll get it hooked up and test it out, hopefully. All right, so I just got the box cut open and let's open it up and I'll show you what's inside. So of course, first off, we have the diesel heater right here. Then it has this box in the back. Let's get the diesel heater out first and then I'll kind of show you that. All right, so there's the diesel heater. It's pretty small. There's the screen. And there's, I guess, the area for the exhaust. Let's see. All right, so in this box here, we have the instruction manual. We have the port, I guess, that goes into the truck. Some clamps for the hose. There's the 12-volt power. Here's another 12-volt that has the battery terminal. Let's see. In here. All right, it's the little muffler and a clamp. There's the exhaust hose. Let's see. This right there that's the 120 volt plug and adapter. And there's the hose for the heat. Other than that, it did come with a remote, a little remote, and the styrofoam on top of the diesel heater. But yeah, so that's all the pieces right there. So let me take you off the tripod and I'll kind of show you the idea for the installation that I'm thinking. All right, so on my camper shell, I have the sliding windows. I had screens in both sides, but my plan is to use this window right here. I took the screen out. I bought some Kydex. It's what you can form pistol holsters and knife holsters out of because it has a high heat. It doesn't mold or melt with high heat, or at least under 300 degrees, which should be fine for this diesel heater. So I'm gonna do a template and kind of stick it down here and put my port somewhere up here because my fridge is in there. So hopefully the air will shoot over. And then the Kydex is thin enough that I should be able to close the window to hold it in there. The other side, I left a screen in. I have my 270 on it over there on the driver's side, so I didn't want the diesel heater to pump over there, even though my bed is on that side. But on this side, I have the shower awning from Open Road. So I ended up scooting that down toward the cab of the truck to make room for over here. So I'll be able to put the diesel heater, probably I have a little table, I'll put it on the, probably right down here. And then run the tube up. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get a mock-up of the window with a piece of cardboard, and then I'm gonna cut this Kydex, and then I'll get back with you and show you what I got. All right, so I got my template made with the cardboard. I ended up using the screen that I took out to kind of trace around the cardboard, and then I just trimmed it to size. Then I put the template on the Kydex, traced it, then cut it with a jigsaw. So this is what we got. So the Kydex is pretty thin. It's a little flexible, but it's pretty durable. So yeah, so I drilled the hole, then I took the vent port that came with the diesel heater. It screws on, it's 2 pieces. This piece has some threads that go through, and then the piece that the hose clamps to has threads, and it's nice and tight, and then you have the vent cover. So it'll slide in the window like this. The hose will come up, and there we go. So here, let me show you. So I got the window open. Yep. So, and normally I'll do this from the inside, but I'll do it from the outside so you can see. You kind of just pop it in this little thing and then go there, and then I'll push the window closed to keep it tight. So here, let me get in there and do that. And that will close up that little gap. And push it out. Go all the way down. And there we go. So now the window kind of wedges it to the front. It's nice and tight. And yeah, so there we go. I have to figure out a way to seal it down here and around for if it rains. But right now I'm not really worried about that. I'm more worried about trying to keep it warm on the inside. I'll brainstorm and figure that out here later. But yeah, so that's what it looks like on the outside. And then on the inside, there it is right there. So yeah, let me get this diesel heater hooked up and then everything installed, and then I'll kind of show you what it looks like. All right guys, so I got it all set up. I'm gonna flip you around and show you how it looks. All right, so this is what I got. I got it on a little table, but then I have it on a cooler as well. I didn't realize that the hose was so short, so I'm gonna have to pick up an extension. But for testing, this will work fine. So to hook it up, all you really had to do other than put the diesel fuel in there, you had your little exhaust hose right here. You just screw it on, then put the muffler on, plug it in, and then I hooked the hose that brings the heat up in there. It's all the way at the top, nice and snug. And then on the inside, yeah, there it is right there. Yeah, so they say to press and hold this button right here. All right, so it came on. It says on, and then it gives a code. You probably can't see that screen, but you have the power adjustment knob right here, and then you have the time knob right here if you want to set it on a timer. So I guess it takes a little bit from what it said to start up. The fan is running, and then eventually it'll start ticking, and then hopefully some heat will start blowing. I'm not gonna make you wait on that. All right, so you can kind of hear it ticking. I don't know if I can get close enough. So it's ticking. It does say that the fuel pump, the air blower, heater core, everything's working. It's pulling 12.3 volts right now, and it says it's at about 32% efficiency. Again, I have it plugged into a 120 at the house, so I'm not using a battery pack to start up. I did download the app on the phone, but I haven't looked at it yet, and I haven't got the remote synced up yet. But I think the setup's gonna be nice once I get the hose extension, so I can get this table on the ground and not use the cooler, obviously, because I don't bring that cooler. It was just a bigger one that I had laying around. So you can kind of hear it running. It's pretty quiet. The muffler does have some heat coming out of it. Oh yeah, there's heat already coming out on the inside. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my thermometer out. I'll tell you what the temperature is in the truck, and then I'll shut it up, and then I'll wait about 10 minutes and I'll tell you what it is again. and then we'll wrap this video up. All right, so I got my thermometer here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's 43 degrees in the truck. So I'm just gonna sit this in here, and then I'm gonna close up the truck for about, let's say 10 minutes, and then we'll check back in and see what the temperature is after 10 minutes. I have it set on 3,000. I guess that's about middle. It goes from, I think, 5,000 down to 1.4. So yeah, so it's about midways. That'll be a good test. I'll check back in with you guys in a bit. All right, guys, wanted to check back in. It's been 10 minutes. I sat back there with it and it was pumping out some heat. It got up to, if you can see that, 72 degrees and about 16% humidity in there. So way drier than the Mr. Heater Buddy and way hotter too. Again, I had it on setting 3, so about the midway setting. So that'll probably be way more than I need on the average camping trip. But if I need to get warm in a hurry, this thing will do it. As I use it, camping is supposed to be cold for the next few weeks. So hopefully I can get out somewhere or at least camp out in the yard overnight just to give it a good test. I'll give you an update, a review in the future on how it worked. But for right now, it seems to be like it's gonna do the job. I did order an 8-foot extension hose while I was sitting in there. It'll be there tomorrow. So other than that oversight on my part, it's working good. It was an easy install, and I look forward to having it in the camping setup for sure. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I appreciate you watching this video. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.